AMS 2140 Job Mode. In this tutorial, we will look at the functionality of Job Mode in the AMS 2140. As we review these options, you'll note a visual reference to the CSI 2140. Please be aware that this product has been rebranded as AMS. Let's start with a short overview of the application. Job Mode allows the user to configure a database on the AMS 2140 and store a variety of data. The stored data can be transferred to the software for additional analysis and storage. Job Mode is used in conjunction with 4 other downloadable programs: Analyze and Advanced Analyze, Balance, Advanced Transient, ODS Modal. In each case, the navigation is always the same. If you want to work in Job Mode, there are 2 things you will need to configure: the job itself and the data that will be collected. When configuring the job, you will have to specify an ID code. Inside the job, there is equipment that will require an ID code and description, and inside the equipment are measurement points that also require IDs and descriptions. After you have configured the job, you can specify the type of data to collect. Here are several types of measurements that you can collect. After the data is collected, you can store it and assign it to the correct location in the job. Now let's take a look at this in the AMS 2140. Here you see the home screen, and we will first use the Job Mode from F7 Advanced Analyze. I select F9 Job Setup, and I see there are no jobs created yet. If there were, you would use F1 to toggle between different jobs, F2 to create a new job, or F7 to review data. For this tutorial, we will start with F2 and create our first job. The job ID will automatically be Job 0. If you want to change the name, select F2 to edit Job ID and use up to 10 characters for your new name. Use F1 to view routes loaded in the analyzer. In our example, there is only one. Select Pumps, and you see a list of the machines. Select Boiler Feed Pump number 1, and now we are inside the route. You can change the equipment ID using F7, or change the description using F8. When you establish equipment, you note that there is already one point automatically defined. To edit that point, select F5. You will see 4 channels available. Since I will be taking data in the horizontal, vertical, and axial directions, I will edit the measurement IDs to reflect these directions. Now I'm going to add a second point using F4, Add New Measurement. Since one of the points will be outboard and the other inboard, I will edit the labels using F5 to reflect the location of the measurement, using I for inboard and O for outboard. Now I will start the machine so we can collect some data and select F1 Manual Analyze. Here it is indicated that I will measure from 0 to 2000 Hz, 1600 lines of resolution, and with 5 averages. I am measuring only horizontal, vertical, and axial direction, so I will disable Channel 4. I select F12, then F1 Select Input, and deactivate Channel 4. Now I can collect data from the inboard location. After the data is collected, I select F9 Store Data, confirm the inboard point is highlighted, and then select F8 to store the data to the point. You can see here it indicates that 3 spectra have been stored for that point. When I move the sensor to the outboard location, I collect the data using the same setup. I store this data to the outboard point by again using F8. To review the data, select F7. On the left, you can choose to review the last of various types of data that may have been collected previously. In this case, we will simply collect F8 stored data to review the 3 spectrum in memory. Next, let's add a measurement point and collect peak phase data. From F1 Manual Analyze, I will select F1 Set Analyze Mode, and then select Peak and Phase from the menu. I select F7 Tach Setup, and because I see speed data coming in, I know the tach is working. Next, I collect the data while the machine is in runout, and when I see the speed is much lower, I stop data collection. This data can now also be stored using F8 and assigned to the measurement point. Now you can see this point has additional data stored in job mode, and all of the data you see here can be transferred to the software. You would use similar steps to collect waveforms, zoom overall measurements, and others. This concludes our tutorial. Please continue watching to select from other recommended tutorials, or visit the AMS Reliability channel for the AMS 2140 playlist. Additional product information can be found at emerson.com/AMS2140. Thank you for watching.